What if I told you that there are secrets that the chosen ones should never reveal? In fact, even you probably have things you never share carelessly. Intriguing, isn't it? But it's true. There is immense power in silence, a power that often goes unnoticed. In fact, silence can be the most powerful statement you ever make. By remaining silent, you maintain an air of mystery. You become less predictable and therefore less vulnerable. Silence is a way of protecting your heart and your plans. It's a strategic move to keep your opponents in doubt and off balance. In this revealing video, I want to share 5 crucial things that God's chosen ones should never reveal or discuss publicly. Some matters should be kept private, just between you and the Lord. Keep watching until the end to discover the 5 things you should never reveal to anyone. Let's explore these exclusive revelations together. If you are God's chosen ones, never reveal these 5 things to anyone. Number 1. Your future plans and dreams. The first thing to keep secret is your future plans and dreams. This is because the enemy has limited access to reading your future. He operates best when he works on assumptions. The more information he can gather from your casual conversations, the more ammunition he has to sabotage God's intentions for you. Proverbs 29:11 warns that a fool expresses all his feelings, but the wise suppress them. Learn the wisdom of keeping quiet about what God has shown you regarding your destiny. Don't rush to announce revelations that are not yet clear or established. The biblical example of Mary, the mother of Jesus, illustrates this principle well. She was entrusted with a miraculous promise, but she silently incubated this information until the appointed time. Visionaries realize that dreams are similar to babies who require nurturing and protection in their fragile early stages. Premature sharing can lead to misunderstandings, skepticism, and untimely adversity. Instead of seeking empty public validation, quietly surrender your visions to prayer. While God may instruct you to share some aspects with a few trusted confidants for mutual agreement and support, resist the temptation to anxiously pass on unfinished dreams that still require careful cultivation in the secret place until God's timing aligns. Keep your divine insights private, learning to manage revelation with wisdom and maturity rather than youthful impulsiveness. This will better protect the development of your future by not giving the enemy continuous updates on what God has revealed to you. You create a safer environment for your dreams to flourish. There is power and protection in silence. As you journey through life, remember that not all visions are meant for immediate sharing. Some are given for a period of preparation and personal growth, meant to be revealed only when they have matured sufficiently and can withstand external pressures. This strategic approach not only preserves the sanctity of your divine purpose, but also increases the potential for its successful realization when the time is right. In addition, it is essential to build a circle of trust. Individuals who not only respect the sanctity of your dreams, but also support and pray for you. These trusted confidants act as pillars, providing strength and encouragement in times of doubt or challenge. They help maintain the integrity of the vision, keeping it safe and confidential until it is strong enough to be autonomous. On this path, also cultivate a relationship with God rich in dialogue. Regular prayer and meditation allow for a continuous flow of guidance and assurance from Him. It is in these quiet moments of communion that you often receive the clarity and affirmation you need to move forward with confidence. Number 2, your family matters. A second crucial thing that the chosen one must keep secret is family matters. Whether it involves marital disputes, health concerns, financial pressures, relational conflicts with children, or other delicate matters, Don't carelessly expose your inner circle. There are those who seem incapable of keeping their family matters private. This is a very damaging behavior that can destroy your family in an instant. Not everything that happens between you and your spouse should be made public, even when disagreements arise. Sometimes it's better to resolve them at home first. It shouldn't become a public spectacle for others, because you can't keep things to yourself. Most of the people you share your family problems with have their own problems, but they don't share them with you. So why would you pass on your own family's problems to other people? It's actually a very poor idea. Yes, it's often said that a problem shared is a problem halved, but that doesn't apply to all cases. Sometimes it depends on who you're sharing your problems with. Sharing with the wrong person means that a shared problem becomes a multiplied problem. Proverbs 17 tells us that whoever promotes love covers an offense, and 1 Peter 4:8 says, "Above all, love one another deeply, for love covers a multitude of sins." Avoid oversharing personal issues on social media or engaging in casual gossip with co-workers and neighbors. Don't provide legal access to vultures looking for an opportunity to criticize. Don't make your family vulnerable by exposing their faults to a fault-seeking public. As the priest of your family, deal with matters privately and protect your inner circle from unnecessary scrutiny. Seek help only from spiritually mature counselors who respect confidentiality. Imagine if Mary had run to her cousin Elizabeth, complaining about her fiancé Joseph's initial decision to leave her upon discovering her pregnancy. This family matter required wisdom and privacy. Don't take the enemy's bait that leads you to become resentful or bitter towards your loved ones. Avoid slander that poisons the way others see your family. Any dysfunction is an opportunity to extend more grace and forgiveness. God wants to heal and restore relationships, but in a context of love and secrecy, not exposed drama. Learn to hold back instead of throwing stones through impulsive oversharing that can never be fully retracted. Handling family matters with such care not only preserves your family's unity and dignity, but also aligns with biblical wisdom, fostering an environment where healing and reconciliation can truly take place. This approach ensures that your family remains a sanctuary of trust, away from the prying eyes and harsh judgments of the outside world. Keeping a low profile on family matters helps protect the reputation and emotional well-being of each member. It protects both children and adults from the potentially damaging effects of public scrutiny or gossip, allowing them to resolve personal issues without additional external pressures. In the larger scheme of things, your role in managing these sensitive issues with discretion and wisdom not only serves your immediate family, but also sets a positive example for others. It teaches the value of privacy, the importance of dealing with conflicts internally, and the power of unconditional love and forgiveness. Number 3, your first victories and breakthroughs. A third area of discipline for God's chosen ones is learning to keep their first breakthroughs and victories a secret. When God grants us favors, promotions, financial increases, or new opportunities, it can be tempting to immediately alert the media. Proverbs 21:5 tells us that the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Your discovery is still fragile. Wait for God's time before revealing it publicly. Impatience can cause you to miss out on the fullness of the promise. When King Saul was anointed, the prophet Samuel told him in 1 Samuel 10, "Once these signs are fulfilled, do whatever your hand finds to do, because God is with you." He didn't say to announce on Facebook that God is with you. It was a sacred secret. David defeated Goliath when he was still a novice warrior. If he had started boasting prematurely, the enemy could have eliminated him quickly before his reign was established. But David remained silent, waiting on the Lord for his next steps. For example, let's say that God grants you great success in business right from the start. Avoid the spotlight until your growth has stabilized. Joseph is an example of this, not boasting about his gifts until he was mature and ready to lead. Announcing an incipient advance is an invitation to spiritual attacks, envy, and unnecessary competition. It is wiser to establish the vine quietly before revealing the fruit. Rooting in mysterious maturity confuses enemies. Young entrepreneurs often make this mistake, proudly declaring the initial traction of a business that is not yet stable or permanent. Avoid hasty publicity that tries to capitalize on quick wins that are not yet consolidated. There will be time for more public celebrations later. Allow God to mature your growth out of the spotlight before revealing it. Impatience can lead to attacks, jealousy, and complications, but learning to wait for divine timing protects your harvest. Patience in dealing with your success not only guarantees your achievements, but also builds character and spiritual depth. As your foundation solidifies, you will be in a stronger position to deal with the pressures and responsibilities that accompany greater visibility. This process also tests your humility and ability to attribute success to God's grace rather than personal ability. Remember, silence about your early successes is not about hiding your light under a bushel, but about protecting it from being extinguished by premature exposure. Let your growth and achievements be tempered by time and proven by consistent performance. This approach not only safeguards your progress, but also ensures that when you share your victories, they are robust, well-established, and more impactful. Number 4, your financial situation. A reckless behavior that some people adopt is bragging about their earnings and financial assets. In today's age of social media, many fall victim to pride and ostentation. However, such displays often lead to downfall. Proverbs 13:11 warns that wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. Wise individuals understand that wealth is built through diligent and private accumulation, not ostentation. Avoid the trap of seeking validation through the display of luxury purchases, vacations, houses, and other passing status symbols that take trust away from God. Don't measure your worth by transitory riches. Instead, focus on spiritual growth and discreet stewardship that promotes lasting prosperity. Instead of envying those who flaunt wealth, embrace the quiet dignity of a modest life. Necessity is often the mother of financial progress, and reckless spending undermines stability. Prioritize pleasing God over impressing others. Keep financial details such as income statements, investments, savings balances, and inheritances private, even from relatives if possible. Avoid attracting unwanted lawsuits, envy, manipulation, greed, or theft by boasting about money. Peaceful trust in God's provision and gratitude for what you have are far more important than extravagant displays to prove your net worth. Seek first His kingdom, and prosperity will come in its own time. As well as keeping your financial situation private, it is also advisable to maintain some secrecy about your career. When God opens doors for promotions, new jobs, or opportunities, avoid sharing all the details about your professional advances and workplace relationships on social media. Sharing too much can make you the target of envy, sabotage, other people's unrealistic expectations, and even spiritual attacks that try to thwart divine alignments. Instead of constantly posting about your achievements, continue to stand out through quiet humility and a consistent work ethic. As Proverbs 27:2 states, "Let another praise you, and not your own mouth." It's okay to discuss overall progress with trusted mentors and family members, but resist the temptation to publicly flaunt every milestone and title. Where envy and pride lurk, divine promotion occurs effortlessly when we allow God to elevate us naturally at the right time while focusing on obeying His voice. Furthermore, keeping a low profile about your financial and professional advancements doesn't mean you're not proud of your achievements. On the contrary, it means a deeper understanding and respect for the sanctity of your personal journey. It fosters an environment where your actions speak louder than your words, allowing your success to be recognized through its impact and sustainability rather than through ephemeral acclaim. Number 5. Your spiritual encounters. It is vital that the chosen ones protect certain spiritual encounters and experiences, such as dreams, visions, angelic visitations, prophecies, and other divine mysteries revealed to you. Although God may sometimes instruct you to bear witness to uplift others, many intimate moments with Him are meant only for you. Don't hastily turn sacred spiritual events into small talk. Mary's visitation announcing her Immaculate Conception was kept secret until the divinely appointed moment for its disclosure. John was instructed not to record the thunderings he heard in Revelation 10. Paul heard unspeakable things in 2 Corinthians 12, which he recognized should not be divulged. Some revelations are like babies still developing in the womb. If exposed prematurely in the wrong environments, they may not survive. Learn to incubate what God transmits until He directs you to share it openly. Avoid trivializing profound spiritual experiences as mere small talk to satisfy curiosity, or reducing sacred encounters to dramatic sermon illustrations for personal acclaim. Honor the Lord by preserving these intimate moments as private. May the Lord grant us wisdom to know when to speak boldly and when to maintain a wise inner silence. Before Him alone, there is safety, power, and beauty in mastering the sacred art of keeping the peace. So, my friends, if you are chosen and fulfill a mission during your stay on earth, you should never reveal or publicly discuss the 5 things explained in this video. Keep a low profile. If you're still around, you're part of the loyal circle of wisdom seekers. Through your support, I can continue creating videos and transmitting enlightening knowledge. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like it, and comment if this video resonated with you. Thank you for being part of this community. I wish you a life filled with abundance. May you receive abundant blessings today.
You may be surprised at what I am about to tell you, but you must be completely silent about what is about to happen to you. Imagine a journey where every word you utter can change your path. Are you curious? As the chosen one, the stakes are higher, and the need to keep quiet about what is about to happen to you is paramount. The urge to prove or show off what you know can be great, but what if this same urge can lead to unintended consequences and real harm? In this exploration, we will discover the vital importance of maintaining silence as the chosen one. Why do the chosen ones have to guard their path in secret? Can staying silent actually lead to deeper understanding and self-discovery? And how does silence protect you from outside influences? Let's explore the profound and mysterious power of silence right now. The power of silence. Have you ever wondered why silence is revered in many spiritual traditions? Silence is not just an absence of sound, but a profound state of being. It involves quieting the mind and tuning into the inner voice that often gets drowned out by the noise of everyday life. One of the key aspects of spiritual awakening is learning to listen to this inner voice. It guides you towards your true purpose and helps you understand your spiritual path more clearly. By embracing silence, you allow yourself the space to hear this guidance. Have you noticed how the most profound insights often come in the quietest moments? For chosen ones, silence is particularly important. But why? What secrets does silence hold for those on a spiritual journey? Preserving the sanctity of personal experiences. Why should you keep your personal spiritual experiences to yourself? One primary reason for this silence is to preserve the sanctity of your personal experiences. Sharing too much too soon can dilute the significance of your spiritual insights. The act of vocalizing your experiences can sometimes make them feel less profound, as they become subject to the interpretations and opinions of others. By keeping certain aspects of your journey to yourself, you maintain their purity and personal relevance. When you speak openly about your spiritual experiences or plans, you might attract attention and curiosity. This can lead to a barrage of questions, advice, and opinions that may not align with your spiritual path. These external inputs can be distracting and might cause you to second-guess your intuition and inner guidance. Silence helps you stay focused and undeterred by external influences. Have you ever felt the urge to share a profound experience only to later regret it? Could the need to vocalize your journey be hindering your spiritual growth? Avoiding external influences. What dangers do external influences pose to your spiritual journey? Keeping silent about what happens next in your spiritual journey is a vital strategy for chosen ones to avoid external influences. These influences can come in many forms and have the potential to disrupt your spiritual growth. By choosing to remain silent, you create a protective barrier around your spiritual experiences and insights. External influences often come from the people around you, family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers. Their well-meaning advice, opinions, and judgments can easily seep into your consciousness and sway your thoughts and actions. When you share your spiritual experiences or future plans, you open the door to these external voices. While some may be supportive, others may be skeptical or critical, which can cause doubt and confusion. How often do you find your thoughts swayed by others' opinions? What impact does this have on your spiritual journey? Protecting against media and information overload. How does today's digital age impact your spiritual path? External influences are not just limited to people. The media, social platforms, and various information sources can also impact your spiritual journey. In today's digital age, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information and opinions available. Staying silent about your spiritual path helps you filter out this noise and focus on what truly matters. It allows you to develop your understanding and insights without the pressure of external validation or comparison. How often do you feel overwhelmed by information? Could silence be the key to maintaining focus and clarity on your spiritual path? Protecting spiritual achievements. Why is it essential to protect your spiritual achievements? One of the primary reasons for maintaining privacy is to protect your spiritual achievements. When you share your successes and plans prematurely, you may attract unnecessary attention. This attention can come with scrutiny, jealousy, and negative energy that can interfere with your progress. By keeping your achievements private, you protect them from being undermined or devalued by others. Resisting the urge to prove yourself is another important aspect of maintaining privacy. The need to validate your experiences and successes to others can be strong, especially when faced with skepticism or disbelief. However, true spiritual growth and success do not require external validation. Your journey is personal, and its significance does not depend on others' recognition. Letting your actions speak for themselves is a powerful way to demonstrate your achievements without the need for words. Do you find yourself seeking validation for your spiritual experiences? What if the most powerful proof of your growth is found in silence? Avoiding unsolicited advice and opinions. How can unsolicited advice derail your spiritual journey? Privacy helps in maintaining the integrity of your plans. When you share your future plans too early, you open yourself up to unsolicited advice and opinions that can cloud your judgment. Others might not fully understand your vision or the nuances of your spiritual path. Their input, even if well-intentioned, can lead to doubt and confusion. Keeping your plans private allows you to stay focused and make decisions based on your inner guidance rather than external influences. As chosen ones ascend in their spiritual journey, they inevitably attract attention, both positive and negative. It's crucial to stay silent about what happens next to ensure spiritual protection. This silence acts as a shield, safeguarding your progress and maintaining your peace. Have you ever received advice that made you question your path? How did it affect your journey? Shielding from negative influences. How can silence protect you from negative influences? When you achieve new levels of spiritual success, it often draws the interest of others. Some may seek to learn from you, but others might try to undermine or challenge your growth. Sharing too much about your journey can expose you to these negative influences. Silence, in this case, becomes a protective measure. It helps you avoid unnecessary conflicts and distractions, allowing you to focus on your spiritual path without interference. Remaining silent about your progress also prevents others from attempting to pull you back down. As you grow spiritually, expect resistance from those who may not understand your path or who feel threatened by your transformation. By keeping your spiritual advancements to yourself, you reduce the risk of encountering such negativity. This silence communicates strength and confidence in your journey, showing that you do not need external approval or recognition. Have you encountered resistance or negativity when sharing your spiritual growth? Could silence be your shield? Respecting spiritual guardians. How do spiritual guardians fit into your journey? Spiritual guardians play a vital role in protecting your journey. They support and guide you, but they also require your cooperation. By maintaining silence, you respect the sacredness of their guidance and the protection they offer. This mutual respect strengthens your bond with the spiritual realm and ensures that your path remains clear and protected from harmful influences. Do you feel a connection with your spiritual guardians? How might silence strengthen this bond? Maintaining spiritual authority. What impact does silence have on your spiritual authority? Silence allows you to stay firm in your authority. Speaking too much about your spiritual experiences can sometimes dilute your sense of purpose and direction. When you're silent, you project an aura of calm and control. This silence is powerful. It signals that you are in tune with your inner self and the spiritual forces guiding you. It shows that you do not need to explain or justify your journey to anyone, reinforcing your spiritual authority. Do you feel more grounded when you keep your spiritual insights to yourself? How does this silence reinforce your authority? Preventing ego inflation. Why is ego inflation a risk for chosen ones? One of the critical reasons for chosen ones to maintain silence about what happens next is to prevent ego inflation. Ego inflation can be a significant barrier to spiritual growth, leading to a sense of superiority and disconnect from the true essence of spirituality. By keeping silent, chosen ones can stay humble and grounded on their spiritual path. When you achieve spiritual milestones or gain profound insights, it's natural to feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. However, discussing these achievements openly can sometimes lead to an inflated ego. When you share your spiritual experiences, you might receive praise and admiration, which can feed your ego and create a false sense of superiority. This can make you more focused on how others perceive you, rather than on your inner growth. Silence acts as a safeguard against this trap. By not talking about your spiritual progress, you avoid the risk of seeking validation and recognition from others. This helps you stay focused on your inner journey, rather than getting distracted by external accolades. Spiritual growth is about inner transformation and connection with the divine, not about gaining approval or admiration from others. Do you ever feel your ego swell with external praise? Could silence help you stay humble and focused? Cultivating inner peace. How does silence cultivate inner peace amidst chaos? In the midst of life's chaos and challenges, nurturing inner peace becomes essential for chosen ones on their spiritual journey. Silence plays a pivotal role in cultivating this inner calm and tranquility, providing a sanctuary amidst the storms of life. When you embrace silence, you create space for stillness within yourself. In this stillness, the noise of the external world fades away, allowing you to connect with the peace that resides within. It is in these moments of quiet that you can truly listen to the whispers of your soul and find solace in the depths of your being. Moreover, silence offers respite from the constant chatter of the mind. Our minds are often filled with endless thoughts, worries, and anxieties, pulling us away from the present moment. By practicing silence, you give your mind a chance to rest and recharge. This mental stillness is crucial for maintaining clarity and perspective in the face of life's challenges. Do you crave moments of stillness amidst your busy life? How might embracing silence transform your spiritual journey? Silence is not merely the absence of noise, but a profound state of being that holds immense power for chosen ones on their spiritual journey. It serves as a gateway to deeper understanding, inner peace, and profound spiritual connection. By embracing silence, chosen ones can protect their spiritual growth, maintain humility, and nurture their inner peace and connection with the divine. In the quietude of their souls, they discover the true essence of spirituality and unlock the infinite potential of their spiritual journey. Are you the kind to share too much, or do you prefer to be in silence? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time. The veil is lifting, revealing hidden truths and sparking an unprecedented spiritual awakening. As many connect with their true essence, negative forces strive to keep humanity in fear and confusion. These awakened individuals, divinely protected and unstoppable, are here to spread light and love. They have come to Earth now to guide humanity, fearless warriors on a divine mission. Have you felt a stirring within your soul, a sense of purpose that defies explanation? You may be one of these chosen individuals destined to lead humanity through this profound transformation. Many chosen ones are unaware of their mission, having endured challenging lives in need of healing. They may feel inadequate or unworthy, but this humility is exactly why they are chosen. Possessing remarkable psychic powers and spiritual gifts, they are targets of dark forces trying to impede their awakening. Once these individuals realize their true status and harness their innate power, everything changes. To the chosen ones, do you recognize this journey as your own? Your path has been arduous, but you are here with a divine mission. Many of you have returned to this three-dimensional world to assist during this crucial time. Some have chosen the most challenging paths, understanding the magnitude of their mission. You are the beacons of light in a darkened world. Every challenge and obstacle has strengthened your spirit and clarified your vision. Now is the time to embrace your power, recognize your true nature, and carry out your mission with confidence and unwavering faith. Guided and protected by divine forces, the light you radiate has the power to transform the world. God's chosen ones, 6 crucial things to keep in mind. Message to the chosen ones. Isolation is not abandonment. Have you ever wondered why periods of isolation feel so painful and yet so transformative? Spending years in isolation can make you feel forgotten or despised, but that's not the reality. Isolation is a fundamental period for personal development and preparation. It is comparable to a seed buried in the ground, accumulating energy and nutrients before germinating and growing into a robust tree. When God wants to promote you and take you to the next level, He puts you in isolation. He does this to prepare you. In isolation, God unveils your true essence, your divine destiny, and the missions He has designed for you in the next stage. The purpose of isolation is not to deprive you of the presence of others, but to facilitate your journey of self-knowledge and understanding. Only after this process will you be able to truly appreciate the company of other people. This understanding and self-discovery contribute to more effective service to others. Isolation is the time to hone essential skills for the next phase of your life. Have you ever had to learn to handle situations on your own during this period? It is in the silence of isolation that you can achieve clarity, purpose, and discover unknown inner strengths. If you believe in God's call, but feel isolated, don't ever think that you have been abandoned or that God has summoned you only to leave you to your own devices. God never abandons those He chooses. You are constantly under His watch and guidance. God's Spirit is at your side and ahead of you to align your path. So no matter where you are, where you go, or what happens, you will never be truly alone. During these periods, it's important to keep the faith and perspective that isolation is a preparation. It's an opportunity to strengthen yourself, learn, and connect deeply with God and your own essence. Over time, you will see that these solitary moments were essential for your growth and for the fulfillment of your divine mission. Isolation is also a valuable period for self-knowledge. Without the distractions of the outside world, you have the opportunity to explore your true essence, understand your strengths and weaknesses, and discover your deepest passions and purposes. This process of self-discovery is crucial if you are to play your role as a chosen one fully and effectively. By knowing yourself, you will be better prepared to face future challenges and help others on their journeys. Think of it like the foundations of a house. The stronger and more stable they are, the more durable and resistant the building will be. The foundation you build during isolation will support all your future achievements and allow you to grow and flourish in a sustainable way. View isolation as a passing phase that leads to greater achievements. It is the impetus for an even more promising future. In moments of isolation, remember that you are one step away from an exciting new phase in your life. You are not chosen for yourself. Have you ever considered that your gifts were meant for more than just your own benefit? What God has deposited in you was not intended to be used exclusively for your benefit. Your gifts were not given for mere display or individual gain. They were given so that others can enjoy and be blessed through your actions. God does not limit His blessings to a single individual. He extends His graces to generations and families through one person. That's why each chosen individual is called to service. The most profound impacts arise from the act of serving, and true leaders are those who serve. The chosen are called to follow Jesus' example, focusing on serving others rather than seeking to be served. The purpose of being a chosen person transcends self-interest. It is linked to the well-being and advancement of others. Your progress is also the progress of others. Your success should not be kept secret, but shared to motivate and uplift others. As you ascend, promoting the ascension of others should become a guiding principle. True fulfillment emerges from using your graces to bless those around you. Never underestimate the power of a small act of kindness. Every act of service contributes to a better and more loving world. You were chosen to be a light in the lives of others, and by embracing this mission, you not only fulfill your divine destiny, but also transform the world around you. Use your gifts to uplift, inspire, and bring hope. In doing so, you are living fully as a chosen one, fulfilling the purpose for which God has called you. When you share your blessings, you are planting seeds of kindness and love that will flourish in many hearts. Your example inspires others to also serve and make a difference. The positive energy you spread through your actions comes back to you in multiplied ways. So be generous with your time, your skills, and your resources. Remember that by blessing others, you are contributing to a continuous cycle of growth and divine love. Start serving and make a difference wherever you are. Embrace your spiritual gifts. Do you feel the pull of your psychic powers and spiritual gifts, yet hesitate to embrace them fully? Your psychic powers and spiritual gifts are essential tools for fulfilling your mission. Trust them and allow them to guide your actions. These gifts were given to you for a reason, and accepting and developing these abilities is a fundamental part of your purpose as a chosen one. By embracing your spiritual gifts, you are recognizing the special connection you have with the divine. These gifts are like internal compasses that point you in the right direction, helping you to make decisions in line with your greater purpose. Don't ignore or underestimate your abilities. Instead, cultivate them with daily practices such as meditation, prayer, and spiritual study that will strengthen your connection and increase your confidence. It's also important to learn to discern and interpret the messages you receive. Often, spiritual gifts manifest through intuitions, dreams, visions, or deep feelings. Take the time to understand how these signs appear to you and trust in the wisdom they bring. The more you practice and open up to these gifts, the clearer and stronger your perception will become. Also, use these gifts to help and guide others. Your psychic and spiritual powers are not just for your personal benefit, but to bring light and guidance to those who cross your path. Whether through advice, energy healing, or simply being a presence of peace and wisdom, you have the ability to make a significant positive impact on the lives of those around you. On your journey, there may be moments of doubt or challenge regarding your gifts. Remember that these moments are opportunities to strengthen your faith and resilience. Trust that God gave you these gifts for a reason, and that He is guiding you to use them for the greater good. Surround yourself with a spiritual community that can offer support, encouragement, and wisdom. Sharing experiences and learning from others who have similar gifts can be extremely beneficial. Finally, celebrate your gifts. They are a unique and precious part of who you are. Recognize the value and beauty of your spiritual abilities and feel grateful for having them. In doing so, you will not only be honoring yourself, but also the divine purpose for which you were called. Always remember, your spiritual gifts are the key to fulfilling your divine mission and to bringing light, love, and healing to the world. Protect your energy. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the energies around you, unsure of how to protect your own light? Your light is precious and must be protected. Surround yourself with people and environments that raise your vibration and maintain self-care practices that support your positive energy. As a chosen one, you attract a lot of attention, both positive and negative, and it is crucial that you keep your energy protected and balanced. First, be selective about who you allow into your inner circle, the people you associate with. Try to surround yourself with individuals who are supportive, positive, and spiritually aligned with you. Avoid those who drain your energy or bring negativity and conflict into your life. Healthy and uplifting relationships are key to keeping your vibration high. Also, create an environment that supports your peace and well-being. Your personal space should be a sanctuary where you can recharge and connect with your inner self and the divine. This can include decorating with elements that bring you joy and tranquility, such as plants, crystals, or inspiring art. Keep your space clean and organized to facilitate the flow of positive energy. Self-care practices are essential to keep your energy balanced. This can include meditation, prayer, physical exercise, healthy eating, and adequate rest. Make time every day for these practices, as they are vital for sustaining your positive energy. Meditation, for example, helps to clear your mind of negative thoughts and maintain your connection with the divine source. Know when to say no and take time for yourself away from the demands and expectations of others. Connect with other chosen ones. Do you long for a sense of community and connection with others who share your path? Meeting and connecting with other chosen ones can be an invaluable source of strength and encouragement. When you share your experiences, challenges, and victories with those who understand and share your mission, you feel less isolated and more understood. This community offers a safe space where you can be authentic, express your concerns, and celebrate your successes. Participating in spiritual groups, prayer circles, retreats, or online communities dedicated to spiritual growth can provide this sense of belonging and support. In these communities, you can find mentors, friends, and allies who offer different perspectives and wisdom that enrich your journey. The exchange of ideas and experiences can be extremely enriching, helping you to learn new practices and deepen your spiritual understanding. In addition to emotional and spiritual support, the chosen community can be a network of practical resources. You can share knowledge about energy protection practices, meditation, healing, and other empowering techniques. By collaborating, you create an environment of mutual growth where each person contributes their unique gifts for the greater good. Collaborating with other chosen ones also amplifies your impact on the world. Projects and initiatives that promote light, love, and healing can gain strength and reach when carried out together. The union of several positive energies can transform entire communities and inspire significant change. By working together, you can tackle bigger problems and create solutions that might be impossible to achieve individually. Remember, you can share your ideas and experiences with other chosen ones who are part of the channel. This space is an opportunity for you to connect with people who are on the same spiritual journey, offering support and receiving encouragement. Sharing your ideas on the channel not only strengthens you, but also inspires and helps others who are seeking guidance and understanding. The channel community is a place where every voice contributes to mutual upliftment and the expansion of the collective light. The chosen one always wins. Do you feel disheartened by the challenges you face, wondering if victory is within reach? In the beginning, those assigned to a special mission often experience suffering and adversity, which is not surprising. They face difficulties not just because of who they are, but because of the potential they carry. Challenges, spiritual attacks, and resistance may appear, but they are not the end of the road. Obstacles and setbacks are merely passing tests of endurance and faith. Throughout the ages, many have overcome significant adversity and achieved remarkable victories. So focus on your goals, trust in your abilities, and be sure of your victory. Regardless of appearances or the tears that may fall, the final laugh will be yours because you are counting on divine favor. Human approval is irrelevant when you have divine endorsement, which surpasses any earthly validation. No matter the current situation, the chosen one will triumph in the end. If there has been no victory yet, it means that it is not the end of the journey. That victory is guaranteed, and the chosen are destined for greatness. As a chosen one, remember that each stage of your journey, whether in isolation, serving others, or facing challenges, directs you towards a higher purpose. View periods of isolation as opportunities for preparation and self-discovery. Distribute your blessings to uplift those around you and stand firm in the face of adversity, confident that victory will be yours in the end. If suffering seems unbearable now, know that it is only the middle of the story. No great narrative is without its ups and downs. In the end, the chosen one always wins. Your current struggles are shaping you and preparing you for the next level of your life. Have faith in yourself, believe in your abilities, and trust that you are under divine guidance. However lonely or arduous the journey may seem, you are not alone. Don't give up. Remember, the closer you get to the top, the more arduous the path can be. Keep moving forward, don't stop, and stay focused on the certainty that the best is yet to come. And when it does, it will be glorious. Stop denying your true self and embrace your purpose. Let go of your doubts and surrender to your calling. Deep down, you know you've been chosen. All the struggles you faced in life were meant to prepare you for your mission. You've always felt out of place and different from the people around you. Your name, date of birth, and other details about you point to a divine purpose. Look closely. The signs are all there. You were born for this. Step forward and take your place. Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome to another mystical journey with us. Today we delve into a topic shrouded in mystery and intrigue. God's chosen one. 6 gifts you should never accept from anyone. This video isn't just a casual warning. It's a guide to walking in spiritual discernment, knowing when to accept and when to refuse the offerings that come your way. In life, there are certain things you must avoid at all costs, even if they are given or offered to you freely. What you allow into your home or life can greatly affect you as an individual. Even as believers, we must walk with spiritual discernment and know when to accept gifts or when to reject them. As the Bible says, Jesus sent us as sheep among wolves. Without further ado, let's come to God's chosen one. 6 gifts you should never accept from anyone. One, objects connected to idol worship or the occult. Have you ever felt an eerie sensation when you looked at a seemingly harmless trinket or a beautiful piece of artwork? There's a reason behind it. The first item you should never collect is anything connected to idol worship or the occult. This includes objects used in practices like witchcraft, voodoo, or pagan rituals. These items, despite their innocent appearances, can act as magnets for trouble once you bring them into your house. In Deuteronomy 7:25-26, God commanded the Israelites, saying, "You shall burn the carved images of their gods with fire. You shall not covet the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it for yourselves, lest you be snared by it. For it is an abomination to the Lord your God. Nor shall you bring an abomination into your house, lest you be doomed to destruction like it." This principle still applies to believers today. Objects connected to idol worship can provide access points for the demonic realm in your homes. In Acts 19, we read about some new believers who publicly burned their occult items and books valued at 50,000 pieces of silver. The public destruction of these unholy items proved their newfound commitment to following Jesus alone. Pray over your home and ask the Holy Spirit to reveal anything that needs to go. 2. Items your spirit feels restless about. Have you ever received a gift that made your spirit feel uneasy, even though you couldn't quite explain why? The second type of item to avoid collecting is any gift or item your spirit feels restless or troubled about. There may be times when your spirit feels heavy about accepting something from someone, even when you cannot explain why. God always goes one step ahead to reveal things we don't see. And He might do this by making you feel persistently restless about that thing. If you feel uncomfortable about collecting something, it's best to politely decline it. Proverbs 14:15 tells us, "The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going." Many people experience hardships simply because they collected items God had clearly told them not to. For example, Prophet Elisha refused to collect gifts from Naaman after he had received his healing. Elisha rejected his gifts because God had commanded the Israelites not to accept anything from the idolatrous nations around them. He did not want to compromise his faith or defile himself with the gifts of someone who worshipped other gods. Another example was Daniel, who refused to eat the food offered to him. He knew something didn't feel right. Maybe it was a wedding gift from someone who had dark intentions about you. But out of your trusting attitude, you decided to collect it, and that began your days of trouble. Now you might say, why don't you just pray over it and cancel the evil? Indeed, Jesus has granted us authority and power through His name. However, God's word also cautions us not to tempt the Lord our God. It's very similar to why Jesus did not turn stone into bread, even though He had the power to. Prayer is powerful, yet preventing hassle serves love better. 1 Corinthians 10:21 says, You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons too. You cannot have a part in both the Lord's table and the table of demons. As Proverbs 14:16 states, "The wise are cautious and turn away from evil, but fools plunge blindly ahead." So if you ever feel heavy about collecting a particular item, it's best not to force yourself into collecting it. 3. Gifts inherited from generational lineage. Have you ever received an heirloom and wondered about its true history? The third item on our list is gifts inherited from generational lineage. Sometimes parents or great-grandparents might pass down their possessions, but not all items must be kept. For example, any possessions passed down through generations of relatives involved in idolatry, witchcraft, and hatred can carry demonic attachments. Let's say you had an ancestor who belonged to a satanic cult or coven and passed down ritual objects. Even though you are now a believer, having those items remain in your home can provide an open door for oppressive spirits. While a Christian cannot be demon-possessed, they can still be oppressed as long as those items are in their house. There will always be a conflict in the spirit realm. Light and darkness cannot dwell in the same house. In 2 Corinthians 6:17, God urges His people to come out from among them and be separate, says the Lord. Do not touch what is unclean, and I will receive you. Don't hold on to unclean things handed down by ungodly ancestors. Generational curses are broken at the cross of Christ, but we still must do our part to remove any unholy artifacts. Inheriting items or gifted objects carrying demonic attachments from previous generations should be handled with caution. Remove inherited items carrying ungodly ties and pray over your home, dedicating it to the Lord. Spirits love to reside within a family and refuse to leave, eventually becoming familiar spirits that roam and remain in that family. As long as those items continue to remain in that family, such families might continue wrestling with darkness. Even gifts offered innocently by people practicing dark magic can provide openings for oppressive spirits if kept in your home. Satan and his demons can gain access through objects tied to sinful sources. The point is, don't provide entry points, share the gospel with them, but until they repent, it's best not to keep gifts from them, which can have ungodly attachments. 4. Rewards of iniquity. Have you ever been tempted to accept a lavish gift, even though you knew it was obtained dishonestly? The fourth item on our list is rewards of iniquity. This constitutes money, expensive items, or lavish gifts that you know were obtained through dishonest, illegal, or blatantly immoral means. For example, if you know someone obtained an expensive gift for you through drug trafficking, embezzlement, tax fraud, or another shady enterprise, don't receive it. This can bring spiritual defilement by association with unrighteousness. If an unbelieving friend offers to take you on a lavish vacation fully paid for, but you know they obtained the money by cheating on their taxes, it's best to graciously decline. Avoid partaking in the enjoyment of ill-gotten gain. The same applies if you learn an expensive gift was purchased with funds from a dishonest business, scam, mafia connections, or other clearly immoral sources. You don't want to be spiritually linked to that iniquity. While you may not be guilty yourself, receiving the ill-gotten money or items can open a doorway of defilement. In Joshua 7, we see that when one man, Achan, took plunder devoted to destruction, it brought judgment on the whole camp of Israel. This shows that one person's involvement with ill-gotten gain can negatively impact others associated with it. You may not always know the backstory behind a gift someone gives you, but if the Holy Spirit gives you a check in your conscience, pay attention. If you're given an extravagant offering that just doesn't sit right, pray about it. God may be warning you away from partaking in ill-gotten gain. If the source is revealed later, for example, if you learn an expensive piece of jewelry you received was purchased with dirty money, it's best to stop wearing it and get rid of it. Don't cling to ill-gotten gain once you gain information showing unrighteous roots. Purge out that leaven. The Bible says in Proverbs 15:27, "He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes will live." 5 items from painful memories. Can an object hold the power to keep you tied to your past trauma? The 5th item on our list is items from painful memories. Gifts or mementos can carry negative emotional symbolism from past pain, trauma, or broken relationships. For example, let's say you went through a traumatic divorce. Your former spouse gives you a piece of jewelry as an apology gift, but for you, that item represents sadness and betrayal. Keeping it does not help bring healing or closure. It just keeps ties to the trauma and stirs up negative emotions. In this case, it's better to politely decline the gift, explaining why. Don't keep symbolic ties to past pain. Or let's say you broke up with an abusive ex-boyfriend who ruined your life. Anything he gave you during the relationship, love notes, gifts, etc., is now a reminder of turmoil and mistreatment. Those items can provide legal ground for tormenting spirits to harass you, keeping wounds open. Don't cling to mementos symbolic of emotional wounds, broken relationships, traumatic seasons, depression, fear, despair, torment, addiction, abuse, etc. Not all gifts from loved ones during hard times will carry negative symbolism. Some might represent comfort, healing, and support. Be led by the Spirit. He will show you what items need to go and what can stay. Don't just operate in fear or legalism, but be willing to release nostalgic mementos from past seasons of oppression and pain. Removing symbolic ties can help accelerate inner healing. 6. Items that compromise your integrity. Have you ever been offered something that, if accepted, would compromise your principles? The 6th and final item on our list is items that compromise your integrity. This includes expensive gifts or opportunities offered as bribes to compromise your integrity. For example, your unbelieving boss promises a promotion if you stop openly sharing your faith at work. Or a morally bankrupt teacher offers a passing grade if you sleep with him. As believers, we must refuse gifts with strings attached that would cause us to stumble. In Matthew 16:26, Jesus warns, "What will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul?" The most expensive gift, position, or pleasure in the world is not worth losing your eternal destiny. For example, say a wealthy friend offers you an all-expenses-paid luxury vacation at their beachside villa. But when you arrive, you find they are living an immoral lifestyle. Now, accepting their gift requires you to stay silent about their sin and essentially approve their behavior through your participation. In that case, it's best to politely leave and pay your own way, rather than compromising your witness. Don't sell out eternity for temporary pleasure. Or perhaps a music industry producer wants to sign you to a lucrative record deal and make you famous, but requires selling sex in your songs, videos, and stage persona. The fame and fortune are enticing, but you know glorifying immorality is not pleasing to God. Don't accept gifts requiring you to violate convictions. Remember, the enemy offered Jesus all the kingdoms of the world and their glory if he would just bow and worship him once. But Jesus rebuked the bribe, knowing God's rewards are far greater. Follow his example. Don't settle for enemy offerings designed to steal your destiny. Your integrity before God is priceless. In Exodus 23:8, the Lord warns against taking bribes, saying, "You shall not receive a bribe, for a bribe blinds those who see and twists the words of the righteous." If you have to distort truth and cover sin in order to accept a gift, walk away. It will only bring God's judgment in the end, not blessing. It's just not worth it. As 1 Peter 1:15 reminds us, "But as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct." Our lives must match our lips. In conclusion, spiritual discernment is vital in our lives. The gifts we accept can significantly impact our spiritual well-being and home environment. By avoiding these 6 types of gifts, we align with divine wisdom and protection, fortifying our spiritual defenses. As we navigate life, let's seek God's guidance, remain vigilant, and embrace purity and integrity. This not only safeguards our souls, but also creates a sanctuary of peace in our homes. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe to our channel for more insights. Stay blessed and walk in wise counsel. In a world buzzing with endless chatter, could silence be your most formidable shield? Imagine holding secrets so profound that revealing them could change your destiny and those around you. Are you one of the chosen ones, entrusted with truths that must be guarded at all costs? These individuals, selected for paths of influence and spiritual transformation, navigate realms beyond ordinary perception. They carry missions that seem more like myths than reality, understanding hidden layers of existence. But why keep these secrets? Why not share revelations that could enlighten others? The answer lies in the power these secrets bestow. In a time when every thought and action is broadcast and scrutinized, silence about certain esoteric truths protects against manipulation and misunderstanding. It preserves the chosen one's mission and keeps their power undiluted and pure, safe from those unprepared to grasp its full meaning. If you're a chosen one, never reveal these 8 secrets to anyone. One, guard your intentions and goals. Have you ever found yourself sharing your most ambitious dreams with someone only to later question if you were hasty? For chosen ones, prudence in keeping their intentions and goals secret is not just a precaution, but an essential strategy. Revealing your aspirations before they are firmly rooted risks exposing them to doubts and criticisms that can undermine your energy and focus. Consider the power of silence as a form of protection and strengthening of your most significant goals. The biblical story of Joseph painfully illustrates the potential consequences of prematurely revealing what is sacred. His dreams, although destined to become reality, attracted envy and hostility before he had the opportunity to fortify them with preparation and maturity. Silence about your future plans works like a fenced garden, where your intentions can germinate and grow away from the eyes of the world. This protected retreat allows you to refine your goals, adjust your strategies, and strengthen your resolve without the pressure of external judgments. This secrecy is not just a barrier against negative influences. It is also an incubation chamber for authenticity and self-confidence. In a world where overexposure is common, consciously choosing what to reveal and what to keep is an exercise of wisdom and personal power. By keeping your intentions close to your core, you keep them pure and aligned with your true essence and calling. 2. Keep your mystical experiences secret. Have you ever experienced moments of profound spiritual connection or mystical revelations that seem to transcend common understanding? For chosen ones, such experiences are windows into the divine, precious insights that must be guarded with great care. Revealing these experiences can not only distort their sacredness, but also expose them to misinterpretations or premature judgments. These experiences, whether visions, spiritual encounters, or profound epiphanies, are intimately personal and often laden with meanings aligned specifically with your journey and mission. Sharing them indiscriminately can open doors to misunderstandings or even disbelief, diluting the power and purity of these sacred moments. The mystic has a unique role, navigating between the seen and the unseen, and their experiences are crucial pieces in this complex tapestry of realities. Imagine, for example, an encounter with an angel or a clear premonition during prayer. These moments are designed to strengthen your faith and direct your actions, not to serve as casual discussion topics. Therefore, when choosing to share such experiences, do so with those who understand and respect their spiritual value. people who will support and help correctly interpret these revelations within the context of your mission. This discerning choice not only protects the integrity of your mystical experiences, but also ensures that they continue to serve as reliable compasses on your spiritual path. 3. Do not spread information about your personal life and wealth. For chosen ones, discretion is fundamental, not only as a security measure, but also as a way to maintain the integrity of their spiritual mission. Maintaining an aura of mystery around your personal life and wealth helps preserve your freedom and protects against the vulnerabilities that exposure can bring. Ostentation can attract envy and resentment, putting you and your loved ones at risk of exploitation. When your mission is spiritual and transcendental in nature, focusing on substance rather than appearance reinforces the authenticity of your intentions and the purity of your purpose. In a world where appearance often prevails over essence, choosing modesty and mystery is an act of resistance and wisdom. Consider how you can cultivate a life that values spiritual wealth over material wealth, where simplicity becomes the veil that hides and protects the true treasure of wisdom and enlightenment you carry. This secrecy is not about depriving yourself, but about choosing what to highlight and what to keep hidden, balancing visibility with protection. By managing your personal life and wealth with prudence, you not only ensure your safety, but also stay true to the values you hold most dear. This calculated approach allows you to continue your journey with minimal distraction and maximum effectiveness, ensuring that the energies you cultivate are directed toward truly significant growth and impact. 4. Do not reveal your spiritual guides and divine connections. For chosen ones, these relationships are more than mere supports in their spiritual journey. They are fundamental pillars that require respect and rigorous protection. Disclosing details about your spiritual guides or the ways you connect with the divine can trivialize these sacred relationships and expose them to misunderstandings or manipulations. These connections are deeply personal and often incommunicable, rooted in experiences that transcend common language and superficial understanding. By choosing to keep the details of your interactions with the divine secret, you honor the sacredness of these encounters and preserve the integrity of your spiritual practice. Imagine the strength of these connections as threads of light that can only be fully seen and understood by your own spirit. By keeping these threads protected from external influences, you ensure that your guidance remains clear and untainted by outside interpretations. This is not just a matter of privacy, but an act of reverence for the most sacred elements of your spiritual journey. Reflecting on your own spiritual practices, consider how you can protect and strengthen these connections, whether through meditation, prayer, or other sacred practices. The care with which you handle these interactions reflects the respect and seriousness with which you approach your own spiritual evolution. 5. Keep your weaknesses and challenges to yourself. Have you noticed how vulnerability can be both a strength and a weakness? For chosen ones, deeply understanding your own limitations and challenges is crucial, but revealing them to the world can open doors for adversaries or negative forces to exploit these vulnerabilities. Keeping this information protected is a strategy of personal protection and strengthening. Understanding your weaknesses is not an admission of defeat, but an act of self-awareness that allows for personal transformation and growth. Like a warrior who knows every inch of their armor, knowing your own flaws allows you to fortify these areas and better prepare for the challenges to come. However, unlike physical armor, emotional and spiritual vulnerabilities are best kept under lock and key, shared only in circles of absolute trust. By keeping your internal struggles secret, you avoid being a target for attacks and maintain control over your own healing and strengthening process. This allows you to face and overcome these challenges on your own terms, without the scrutiny or judgment of others, that could distort or interrupt your progress. Think of it as a journey through a labyrinth. While navigating the winding paths, it is wise to keep your map hidden, as revealing your course can lead to unwanted interference. Your weaknesses, once known, can become strategic targets for those who wish to see you fail. So, while working to overcome your limitations, do so with the wisdom that true power arises not only from triumphing over our flaws, but from mastering the art of protecting our growth journey. This secret is an invitation to reflect on how you can navigate your vulnerabilities with discernment and strength, turning what could be a disadvantage into a testimony of resilience and determination. 6. Do not share your rituals and personal practices. For chosen ones, maintaining the sacredness of their practices is essential, not only for personal strengthening, but also to preserve the effectiveness and purity of these moments. Sharing details about specific rituals or esoteric practices can distort their meaning and expose them to misinterpretations or trivialization. These practices, whether deep meditations, intense prayers, or purification rituals, are deeply personal and often tailored to individual spiritual needs. They are developed over many years, perhaps even a lifetime, and carry a power that is unique to your personal trajectory. By making the details of these rituals public, you risk reducing their impact, turning a sacred act into something common. Furthermore, the effectiveness of many spiritual practices lies in their sacredness and the mystery that surrounds them. Revealing these secrets can diminish their power and open space for misinterpretation or inappropriate use by others who do not share the same spiritual foundation or understanding. As you continue to explore and deepen your spiritual practices, think about the importance of keeping these aspects of your journey secret. This care is not about exclusion, but about protecting the integrity and effectiveness of practices that are central to your spiritual life. By honoring the privacy and sacredness of your spiritual practices, you ensure they remain potent and pure, reaffirming your commitment to a path that is truly yours. This is an act of respect for your own beliefs and practices, and for the divine seeking to connect with you through them. 7. Do not reveal your visions and future prophecies. Sharing visions and prophecies prematurely can provoke misunderstandings and unnecessary fears and compromise the natural order of divine timing. These visions are often pieces of a much larger puzzle, meant to be understood and revealed at specific moments and in ways aligned with the divine flows of the universe. Revealing this information ahead of time can alter the course of events in ways that may not align with the original intention. Moreover, the sacred nature of these visions and prophecies requires them to be treated with the utmost reverence and responsibility. As a guardian of these revelations, it is your duty to protect the integrity and timing of their disclosure. This involves discernment to know when, how, and to whom to reveal such insights, ensuring that their transmission maximizes their benefit and minimizes the risk of misunderstandings or alarmism. The example of Danielle, who sealed the words of certain visions until the appointed time, is a powerful reminder that not all revelations should be shared immediately. The wisdom in preserving these secrets until the time is right is a crucial aspect of your mission and your role as a chosen one. It is necessary to ponder over your own visions and prophecies carefully, considering the implications of sharing them. Evaluate not only the truth and urgency of the information, but also the impact of its disclosure in the broader context of the community and the world at large. This respect for the power of your revelations and divine timing will protect the sacred and ensure that your role as a messenger is fulfilled with honor and integrity. 8. Keep your connection with other dimensions hidden. For chosen ones, reality extends far beyond the physical dimensions we know. They have the ability to access realms of existence that defy our conventional understanding. This extraordinary and mysterious ability to connect with other dimensions is not mere flights of imagination, but profound and transformative interactions with realms that exist parallel to our own. Through altered states of consciousness, advanced meditation, or even divine interventions, chosen ones explore territories that offer deep insights into universal laws and the mysteries of creation. These experiences are intensely personal and often come laden with messages and learnings that have the power to influence not only the individual, but the course of humanity. However, revealing these experiences carries significant risks. The extraordinary nature of these connections can easily be misunderstood or discredited by those firmly anchored in the material world. More dangerously, information on how to access these dimensions can fall into the wrong hands, leading to attempts to exploit or manipulate these sacred realms for selfish or destructive purposes. For these reasons, it is imperative that chosen ones rigorously guard the secrets of their interdimensional connections. They must treat this knowledge as sacred, revealing it only under extremely controlled circumstances, and only to those equally dedicated to preserving the balance and harmony of the universe. This caution is not just a protection for the individual, but a safeguard to maintain the integrity of the dimensions accessed. Protecting these connections is also a matter of respect for the sacred. Each incursion into another dimension is an extraordinary privilege, filled with spiritual responsibilities. Thus, by keeping secrecy, chosen ones ensure that the purity and purpose of these interdimensional encounters are preserved, allowing the lessons and energies received to be used for the greater good in harmony with divine designs. Remember that these secrets, when kept, allow you to navigate the world with a clarity of purpose and a strength that is invisible but palpably powerful. They are the spiritual armor that defends against the distractions and dangers of the external world, ensuring that your energy and focus remain aligned with your highest missions. As a possible chosen one, ponder deeply the power of these secrets in your life. Reflect on how you can continue to protect them, strengthening your journey and preserving the sacredness of your calling. Stay vigilant, wise, and determined. The path of the chosen ones is full of challenges, but also of profound rewards and impact. Your commitment to keeping these secrets is not just an act of self-protection. It is a testament to your dedication to a higher purpose that transcends the personal and reaches the universal. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive more updates. This helps us improve our videos to offer the best for you. We suggest you watch this video to understand the path of greatness predestined for the chosen ones. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. We wish you much positive energy and see you next time.